Welcome to Season 8 of the Finding Peace podcast. This season is focused on practical, trauma-informed tools you can use in everyday life. When emotions run high, relationships feel heavy, or your nervous system needs support. Short episodes designed to help you find more peace, joy, and connection, one moment at a time. Please welcome the host of the Finding Peace podcast, best-selling author, psychotherapist, and speaker, Troy L. Love.
There's a moment I keep thinking about. I'm sitting in my office, head in my hands, tears rolling down my face, and I'm sobbing. Not the quiet, composed kind of crying. I mean the kind that takes over your entire body. The kind where my chest tightens, my throat closes, and I can't even catch a full breath. I'm on the phone with my best friend, Matt, and he's just steady. Let it out, he says. Keep crying, brother. I'm with you. Don't stop. And I am trying, but honestly, it feels like something in me has already opened, and I'm not sure that I know how to close it. Just a few minutes earlier, I had an interaction with somebody and it didn't go well. At first, it was just tension, and then confusion, and then something shifted. And suddenly, my body took over. My knees started shaking, like uncontrollably shaking, like I was standing on one of those old vibrating machines from the 80s. My hands were trembling, my voice completely unstable. When I tried to speak, what came out didn't even sound like me. It was warbly, broken, thin, vibrating. I realized in the midst of it that I was having a panic attack. And so I kept trying to tell myself, breathe, Troy, just breathe. But I couldn't. Not really. My body wasn't listening. Nothing like this had ever happened to me before. And I was trying to understand what is happening to me right now. Matt asked me gently after the sobbing subsided, "What do you think this is connected to?" And just like that, I wasn't in my office anymore. I was 7 years old. My mom is standing over me. She's yelling. There's a plastic dowel in her hand. She's furious at me. I must have done something to trigger her anger. And there is nowhere to go. No escape. No protection. No one coming to help. It's just me. And that overwhelming feeling of being trapped, small, powerless, and worried that I did something wrong has hit. And as that memory hit, my body didn't just remember it, it relived it. Later that day, the therapist part of me comes back online, and it says, "Oh, Troy, what you were experiencing was transference." Transference is what happens when the emotional energy from past relationships, old wounds, unmet needs, unresolved pain gets transferred onto the person standing in front of us. It's not really about this moment. It's about all the moments that came before it. And for a second, that understanding helped. But then something else showed up. The judge. The brutal shadow of shame. And it didn't whisper, it came in loud. "Seriously, Troy? You've done all this work and this is where you're at? You're the guy who wrote the book, Finding Peace, and you fell apart like this? I mean, what is freaking wrong with you? You should be past all of this by now." And just like that, the pain wasn't just the trigger anymore. Now it was shame. And this is where I want to slow things down because I think this part matters. Because the judge carries around a completely distorted definition of peace. According to the judge, and maybe some of the other shadows too, peace means always being calm, never getting triggered, never feeling angry, never losing your center, always being easy, agreeable, and composed, serene. Well, if that's the definition, then of course I am going to feel like a failure. Because both you and I know that is not how this world works. That is not how being human works. We all have attachment wounds. We have attachment bruises, and some of them run deep. Deep enough that a single moment, a tone, a look, an eyebrow being raised, a shift in energy can light up something from decades ago. As I sat with that and recognized the judge showing up, I said, "Hey, Judge, I see you. I want to have a conversation with you." "Bring it on," he said. "What if peace isn't about what I feel?" I asked. "What if it's what I can do with what I feel?" And I realized that that's really the truth of it. Our nervous system is not broken. It's trained. It's learned over years how to survive overwhelming moments. So when something even remotely similar happens that reminds us of something from our past, our nervous system doesn't pause and ask, I wonder, are we safe right now? No. It automatically assumes that we are in danger, and then it reacts faster than our thoughts, faster than logic, faster than our best intentions. And then we end up maybe doing and saying things that we wish we hadn't done or said because we were experiencing trauma and the side effects of that. So I sat with the question, what is finding peace really? And I realized it's not about eliminating activation because unless we got a lobotomy or something, that's not possible. It's about increasing capacity. Peace is capacity. The capacity to feel without collapsing, and honestly to be able to talk about what we are feeling and own what we're feeling and owning the stories that go with it, and coming from a place of curiosity and exploration rather than shame. Peace is the capacity to stay present. Peace is the capacity to choose our values over the way that we react. But even as I'm saying this out loud, I can hear the shadows of shame showing up and saying, well, you didn't do that at all. And it's true. I didn't stay calm. I didn't stay grounded. I didn't choose my values over my reactions in some clean and polished way. I shook. I cried. I lost my ability to speak. So, does that mean that I failed? Or does it mean that something else is true about peace? What if peace isn't about how we show up in the hardest moment, but what we do after it floods us? Because here's what I did do. I didn't run from it. I didn't numb it. I didn't pretend that it wasn't happening. I didn't isolate, which is what I normally do. I actually called a friend. I let someone in. I stayed connected. I made meaning out of it. And that's capacity too. Maybe peace isn't, I can handle everything perfectly in real time. Maybe peace is, I can be overwhelmed and not abandon myself. We don't need to be the guy who never gets activated because good luck with that. We can be the guy or the human who says, even when I lose myself for a moment, I know how to find my way back. That is far more powerful and more relatable. And if I'm honest, in that moment, I really didn't feel peaceful at all. I realized, though, that peace isn't measured by how I perform during the storm. It's measured by whether or not I abandon myself while I'm in it. Peace isn't fragile. It doesn't shatter the moment life gets hard. Real peace, it's resilient. It's built into the hard moments, not outside of them. And every time we stay, even if just for a few seconds longer than we used to, every time we don't abandon ourselves and get consumed by the shadows of shame, even when it would be easier to do so, we are not failing. We are finding peace.
You've been listening to the Finding Peace podcast. Special thanks to Intrex for providing the theme music for this season and helping set the tone for reflection, grounding, and hope. If this episode supported you, please like, subscribe, and share the Finding Peace podcast. Your support helps these practical, trauma-informed tools reach more people who are seeking peace, clarity, and connection. To explore more resources, workshops, and upcoming events, visit findingpeaceconsulting.com. The Finding Peace podcast is hosted by best-selling author, psychotherapist, and speaker Troy L. Love. Until next time, remember, you are worthy of love and belonging.